Hello everybody, it's the FarmSim guy here, hope you're well. I never really realised where this was on the map. Always load you in here, but it's just down here between fields 4 and 6. There's the town. And there's the farm, so there you go. Useless bit of information. So I hope everybody's well. We're back on the northern coast. It feels like we spent the entire week in the States, so it's nice to come back and do a bit of European British farming. No milk yet. Cows aren't producing yet, so we need to wait a bit longer for that. But they seem pretty happy in the fields there, so we'll leave them to it. If you remember in the last episode, we got a lot of drilling done. These 3 fields are all drilled and ready. Fertilised 100% and growing nicely. We've got 2 more fields to do, so we can jump straight in and get on with those. Like I said in the last episode, we are going to do maize silage, and not because we need it for the farm, because it could be quite a lucrative little project and make us some money. So here's a biogas plant. Got a couple of really substantial bunkers here, so we can get those loaded up with lots and lots of maize silage, and hopefully we can make ourselves a good bit of money. So that's the plan. So we've got 2 more fields to go. I think the best thing to do is probably just jump into the case here. Try and get around this corner, because it's quite a long drill this. Get around the corner, get into the fields and get these done. So we just about squeezed in there, shut the gate. I had to give it a little bit of a helping hand, but we are in. Let's get things set up. Get this field, and it shouldn't take too long. This field's quite a nice short little field, but I will drive this one just because of that little rogue telegraph pole down in the bottom, which does cause us a few problems. So I think we'll not run courseplay on this, and to be honest, I've not driven a tractor for a while, just for fun. So I think this could be interesting. So let's just get stuck in and get it done. Won't take us long at all. Okay, so just as we finish these last couple of rows here, quite enjoyed that actually. Sometimes nice to just drive a tractor. A little bit of concentration required as well. Had to make sure I was lining up my rows and everything right, which hasn't been done for a while. So that was good fun. But yeah, while we just finish this field, so we've got 1 more field left to plant, which we'll put on courseplay to do. We do have grain in the silos that we want to unload as well, so I will go and run a couple more trailers down to the grain sell point, and I think we'll maybe have a little bit of a machinery review. This case tractor is technically on loan, we don't own it, so I'm going to send this back. It's just a little bit too big for the farm, but it's been good having it here to play with. But practically it's just a little bit on the big side, so we'll probably hand this back, maybe have a look at some other stuff, see what's out there. We do enjoy the little Fendt tractor actually, I'm not going to lie to you. That's been a brilliant purchase. Seems like a really good all-round tractor. So that could become our workhorse over the next wee while. We also need to look at a new header for the combine as well. So we need to get a maize header on that. In fact, no, we don't. What am I talking about? We need to look at a forage harvester. Now, whether or not we do a pull behind a tractor one, or we get an actual full forage harvester with a corn header, I don't know. So a little bit of research to be done there, and work out. It's the first time, I'll be absolutely brutally honest, that I've used the biogas plant. So I know if I put the silage in the pits up there, I think it pays you. At some point, you have to transfer it into the sell point, I think. I'll need to do a bit of research on that. So any of you guys use BGAs very often and are watching this vid, feel free to leave a comment below. Just give me a bit of a steer as to what to do. In a few episodes time, keep me right, and we'll take things from there. I'm not sure how long before our cows start to produce milk as well. Can't be too long now. We've owned them for a few days now, and we're not on seasons, so we're not having to wait for them to calve. I think I just hit a tree. In fact, I'll just reverse and get this a little bit. I thought I was going to have to make 2 passes up here, but I think I can just make it in one. Yeah, the cows should start producing milk soon. So there's another thing that we need to make sure we've got a tanker or something to get the milk down to the sell point. So it's all changed really. Bit of a change from all that grass work we did earlier on, isn't it? I have to say I'm still really enjoying this map. Really enjoying it. Let's get this top bit lined up and we will move on and do something else. So there we are, done. There's a few little bumps in this field that mean you lift the seeder actually. You see that there? So we've got a little gap down here, but we've planted it manually, so even there's a little gap there as well. Lots of little bits and pieces on the map, on the field that I've just missed, but let's see if we can get this bit from this angle. So let's just take it from the side. Yep. Oh no, it hasn't. So there you go. Just have to live with that. I'm sure it's not going to change our harvest outcome too much, is it? Right, this is done. Let's get into the next field. Final field to get planted. Right, here we're at field 2, our second biggest field, and what we're going to do is just set this up to run on a course play, and he will get it all sorted for us. Okay, that looks good. It's put him right on the other side of the field to start, so we'll just hit the button and let him go. Now I've done that enough times to be relatively confident it's going to be okay, so we'll leave him to it and we'll pop back shortly and check how he's getting on. So interestingly, they haven't made any milk yet, the cows, but they have made manure, and I've just realised when I thought I was being smart with my windrower, I parked it in here, which is actually the manure pit. So let's move that out of there, shall we, before it grows too much more. So my reversing skills need to be a little bit more deft than I'm used to. Actually, if you just slow down a bit, it's not too difficult at all. There we go, I'll just drop it down there. I've got the roller for the maize in the corner, but we're not going to use that anytime soon. So, that's the manure pit cleared. We're making some good slurry as well actually, and so we probably need a slurry tanker at some point. It's not something I've used a lot of, but I'm looking forward to that. They always stick to dry fertilizer or liquid fertilizer, so to actually use slurry that I've created is quite It's quite a nice opportunity. Right. Let's jump in here and load up another load of grain. Only 13,000 and there's a full load of barley. Right, let's take this barley first. And while that's loading up, we will just look at our machinery and what we've got. So we've got the Valtra, the Fendt, the Massey. We're going to get rid of the case. Just got the one trailer there. Don't know why we've got that lizard actually. Wonder why we've got that. Now I need to think about that. The 4 meter lizard plough. I think we'll switch that to the 6 meter going forward. Just for a little bit more efficiency. This seeder I think we're going to probably get rid of as well. It's just again a bit too big for the farm. The mowers will come in handy in the future. All our grass kit will keep that, the baler and everything we need there, and the compacting gear will obviously use that. Now, I'm just wondering, I think we keep the case because we're going to use it to compact the silage up at the biogas plant. That's what we're going to do. We will sell the drill and we'll keep the case. We'll also sell that. I can't even remember why I've got that now. Baffled. Oh well. So yeah, change of plan. We will keep the case. Okay, full load of barley in here, 32,000 litres. Let's get this down to the sell point. Put some more money in the bank while we've got a bit of time. And then everything's planted. A little bit of fertilisation to do on some of these fields. Like I said, it would be nice if we can use some of our own slurry that we've created. So at some point I probably just need to do a little bit of research on a slurry tanker. And just what we're going to do to apply it. But that should be fine. We'll do a bit of research on that. We've got enough tractors to help us out with that. And then it's a bit of a waiting game. It is a bit of a waiting game for growth. Gives a bit of time to do some work with the cows. Making fast work of that field, isn't it? Jeez. Here we are, just arriving in town. Beacons flashing. We know where we're going this time at least, which is good. Just going to turn here. Get this sold. Without driving on the pavement ideally. So rather than turning there, which is what I did last time, we just pop round here and dive into the sell point. Now it did baffle me a little bit last time when I arrived here looking for a silo or a grill in the ground to tip the crops into, but oh no, it's as simple as just dumping it on the floor here. So that is what we will do. How much we get for our barley? These Bailey trailers are fantastic. This is a small one, this is the T12, but it holds some serious volume. All done, 21,000, nearly 22,000 worth. Not to be sniffed at all. Right, let's get this back to the farm and see what's what. Okay, here we are, back on the farm. I think what we'll do now, there is a little bit of barley and wheat still to take down to the sell point, but not a full trailer's load. So we'll just leave that for now, I think. So, that's the case, just doing the headlands on this last field. When he's done here, we are going to go and pick up the compacting gear for the silage, and we're going to run the case and that gear up to the biogas plant, and we're going to leave it there because the next time we're going to use this case is when we are hauling maize silage up to the biogas plant. So, to all intents and purposes, we're done with this tractor in terms of field work for now. So we'll get him prepped and ready pop some dual wheels back on him, and get him up to the biogas plant. This seeder we will probably tuck away in the corner of the field for now. It could come in handy again, so I don't want to get rid of it straight away. And then I think we don't have that much left to do on the farm. In fact, virtually nothing. Cows are fed, all the fields are planted. There will be a bit of fertilisation of these fields that needs to be done. Like I said, we've got slurry that we've created ourselves, so that's one of the things we need to do. In fact, probably just go and have a look at slurry tankers now and get one of those purchased, and then we will probably look at a contract or two just to keep us amused. But for now, let's finish this field, and then we'll come back and decide what we're going to do next. And there we have it. Planting done for another season. Frustratingly, as Courseplay always seems to, these little gaps in the corners. Now I will fix this one, if I'm being brutally honest. This one in the corner here, I should really fix. Just because it's right on our doorstep. The ones at the other end of the field, I'll just have to live with those. But these two little bits here, won't take us long to just patch those up. There we go. That's all it needed. And we judged the amount of corn we needed there pretty well as well. So like I said, I am going to just drop this here. It's actually a nice little spot for it just to sit for now. Maybe not right in the hedge, but I'm out there. Drop that down. Slurry tankers. See what we've got. It's not manure spreaders I want, it's slurry tankers. Now we've got to find something that's a balance between being absolutely huge and something that holds a lot of bulk. So that's a nice Joskin there. Zoonhammer's nice though, isn't it? They are bought now. Slightly worried. I don't have enough power in my tractors. This Fendt is 240, that's 210. The Fendt is the tractor we want to be running on it. So let's run down to the shop, pick up our new bit of kit, in preparation for spreading on some fields. So here it is. It's not stupidly big. It's actually quite a nice size actually. Although I am kind of regretting potentially buying the injector. This shop is quite tight, so it's quite difficult to get things attached and lined up. Although we've managed it. There we go. You know what guys, this feels all wrong. This feels all wrong. This is... I can't use this after I've planted. I need something a bit more old school. It's going to spray slurry just up and down the field. Right, change of plan. This is going. Right, here we are. We have bought something equally as big, to be honest, in the Joskin. But it does lose a little bit less power, which is good. Because I was slightly worried about how much power we would have in the tractor. But it doesn't have the cultivator element on it. It does inject it into the ground. But it does look like it's a little bit. It's going to be better to use in a field that's already been planted. So, right, after a little bit of faffing about, I do believe we're sorted. So let's run this back to the farm. And we are, I think, done. There is very little we can do now. We are playing the waiting game. think we'll wait for our initial stage of growth before we start putting slurry on the field. I'm not sure it would count now because we've actually put fertilizer in the ground when we were seeding, so I think we need to wait for the next growth stage. But other than that, next big thing on this farm will be a maize harvest. So until then, from me, the FarmSim guy, thanks very much for joining me on the Northern Coast. It's been really great to see the channel growing, and it's been great chatting to you guys via the comments, in the live streams. We've got a lot more to come with the channel. A few more exciting announcements over the next few days, hopefully. There's a few things in the pipeline, which I will share with you when they're ready. But I'm looking forward to continuing the journey with you guys and growing this channel and getting it to somewhere really special. So for now, from me, the FarmSim guy, thank you so much for watching, as always. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.